好啦，我而家食今日嘅大餐，而家係4點，就係4點半喎。而家做啲勁啲嘅 workout，做呢個咯。感覺好攰。呢個消費有371卡度。多謝大家。除此之外咧，本身咧我今日係幾唔開心下嘅。我一朝早活力充沛咁翻到嚟啊，磅下重先，點知發現喺公司磅嘅時候咧，係比琴日係重咗1kg。哇！我做嗰啲咩嚟都會重咗1kg。一起身第一下諗就，我今日要快啲翻去磅重。究竟今日幾重？我覺得呢樣嘢已經去到病態，好似着咗魔咁。隔離嗰啲同事都話嚇，你又入去磅重啊？因為我自己曾經都試過，朝頭早又磅，晏晝又磅，夜晚磅，其實令到你咧好大壓力嘅。因為我自己都經歷過暴食啦，跟住厭食啦，跟住暴肥啦。暴食首先就係咁自從生完小朋友啦，咁跟住真係食得好多，咁啊的起心肝減啦，咁啊減肥嗰期咧，所有嘢都白雜，殺得好緊要。咁好啦，真係瘦得好快㗎。咁跟住有一日係真係突然間覺得點解自己要咁慘，成日食埋啲白雜嘢咧？譬如講啦，夜晚半夜。咁就抄啲好中意食，我中意食麵包啦、花生醬啦，全部食晒落肚喎。跟住之後咧，就去廁所求。你要識得自己欣賞自己，咁你嘅人有自信心，人哋望到你先會長。真㗎，我哋優點係。
優點係。
唔係，我未來呢5日都唔想磅，我話俾自己聽，我唔好再磅重，係啦，唔好再磅重。最後嗰日健身章，得唔得？算啦，加油！好，多謝。I'm so hungry。
不如俾個飯團你食咧？
唔得啊，Sam！而家嘅時間咧係凌晨1點半啦，要買聽日煮嘢食嘅餸。
長嘅喎。
係啊。
10:02，最後一日都要遲到啊！
唔係啊，啱啱行過嚟，你烏嬌烏2分鐘啦。你新花，我琴日食咗士多啤梨，有個讀者送咗一盒好好味嘅士多啤梨俾我食，我好想食，跟住我就食咗士多啤梨。但係士多啤梨係食得嘅，我有跟餐單湊翻嘅。
今日冇屙啊！
我今日屙少少啫。知唔知呢箱係咩嚟嘅咧？
恭喜晒，恭喜晒！
呢箱係我嘅脂肪啊！而家我哋就要進行呢個最後一次嘅磅重，去驗收一下呢個月嘅成果。
有咩除咩啊？
錶啦、耳環啦，
條邊使咪剪咗佢？
小儀，
咁我哋嚟㗎咯喎！
嚟啊！死啦！會唔會標62、63啊？好驚啊！
Damn it, locked. I got the place wrong. This is it.
哇！
Gotta be.
爭少少咋？
佢加少少咩先？
爭少少就5字頭啊！60.6kg 啊
！6kg 喎
！6.1kg
唔睇個1唔使嘅，你同嗰啲
開心乖係啦，有懷疑佢偷食嘅，但係數字話俾我知佢真係都好堅持。
估唔到 Sam 係咁樣諗我㗎，好傷心啊！
正常啫，係咪啊？
但係佢有，因為佢有不斷監察我嘅，即係可能以前嘅我可能會。
1月3號啊，而家啱啱好4個禮拜，之前係66.7，而家減咗6kg 啦。係啦，都超額完成啊！我哋減咗6點幾 kg 1個月喎，咁所以係犀利嘅。
大家就可以見到前後嘅分別啦。明顯咧個髮型係唔同咗嘅。
多謝你啊，蘇怡，多謝拍手。
常啲同學仔咧，我哋係好鼓勵佢 keep 到落去㗎。咁又其實好多人咧，我哋正常3個月之後咧，就已經習慣咗呢個飲食模式。咁你話存在反彈呢個問題，就係因為生酮飲食一開始咧減磅得好快咧，有一啲係水分嚟嘅。咁所以一食翻正常嘅所謂嘅脫酮破酮之後咧，一定會重翻1-2 kg。
因為我哋講緊任何嘅減肥方法，都係問緊你未來去借緊啲健康嘅。咁啦，當佢去到一段時間啦，sustain 唔到啦，咁佢就會即刻 call 你窿㗎啦。但係好多時都係可能2-3年之後，佢突然之間啦 問你6公斤、7公斤、8公斤，係啊咁。
住你知望住我都冇我做咩？
咁但係其實如果想 keep 咧，相對上又會易好多咯。係啦，有好多譬如新陳代謝高啊、新陳代謝高啊。咁如果你 enjoy 一件事嘅時候，而嗰件事本身亦都係健康嘅，我相信嗰個困難就唔大啦。
我哋好多客人嘅話，其實我哋會 induce 由from一個叫營養性生酮變成我哋叫做時間性生酮嘅話咧，咁佢係會比較舒服。因為其實咧好多嘅研究都係咁樣講，就係話其實大家嘅全部嘅飲食方嘅減肥方法，咁你知唔知咧？你拉長咗佢嘅話咧，其實大家個速度係一樣嘅咁。咁但係 keto 其實好多研究都話有個少少優勢，就係其實佢減嘅脂肪咧係早少少可以俾你入到去我哋減脂肪嘅 phase 㗎。咁所以嘅話咧，其實咧佢係喺好短時間之內俾到個 result 俾你。咁慢慢去適應翻嘅話咧，咁就唔會有平時我成日 so called 嘅心痛咩副作用啊，食完之後會肥10倍啊嗰啲唔會。
好，落翻嚟 OK， 好，着翻鞋襪仔先咧。
冇問題。
同埋最開心嘅嘢，你將10公斤嘅內臟脂，即係我哋10個 level 嘅內臟脂肪咧轉化咗去變翻做8。
變翻標準。
係啦，咁所以咧其實咧係好叻嘅咁，所以咧其實咧呢個樣嘢我哋係完全唔係好擔心，同埋你嘅肚仔嘅脂肪去翻到160，即係 total 嘅話，其實減嘅脂肪大部分都係 core 嗰度嚟嘅。
咦，等陣先，上次阿朱咩你話我個肚裏邊有11嚿咁大嘅脂肪，
而家咪得翻9.5咯。唔代表佢真係 vanish 咗，即係唔代表佢真係唔見咗，只不過係可能去咗其他地方嘅啫。係啦，都 OK 啦。咁啦，大家都係咁樣講啦。我哋嘅總膽固醇嗰個嘅 range 嘅話咧，其實咧每3個月啦，其實咧去度一次會準啲嘅。咁但係佢上次唔差得遠啦。咁 OK， 所以都叻。
所以其實都唔算係好似人哋一般所講話，哇！你一生酮飲食咧，你啲膽固醇就會飆到阿媽都唔認得的。
咁但係因為咧，其實咧你淨係得一餐，因為每一日係啦，咁所以嘅話咧，其實對於你嚟講個影響就冇咁大嘅。
我覺得好驚喜。
其實我對呢個數字冇咩概念，即係我唔知13磅算好多定係少。
其實覺得你減唔減都係靚，
即係減完之後就覺得係好睇咗嘅。
今次我決心係比以往都大，可能要着比基尼上陣。我阿媽弟就覺得，如果你失敗嘅話，都幾多嘢睇。
睇下佢可以，真係冇嘢啦。點解你會知嘅？
我覺得生酮飲食咧，除咗令到我個身體上邊瘦咗13磅一個好大嘅轉變之外咧，另外就係我個銀包都瘦咗好多。係啦，因為其實你每一餐買去煮嘅嘢食，其實都唔係特別平啦。同埋如果你真係做生酮飲食嘅時候咧，佢好多嘢都好貴。譬如我每日食牛扒，你食一塊似得樣嘅牛扒，你都起碼1嚿水啦。調味料粉咧係60-70蚊一次，跟住同埋如果你要去食嗰啲生酮餐廳，即係我都有影啦，一件棘要80蚊。咁同埋一個漢堡包你都要成嚿水，74蚊嘅。咁我揀咗生酮麵包要加10蚊啦。咁所以其實你係不斷地用金錢去換取你減掉你嘅脂肪咯。所以呢件事都係如果你個銀包本身唔係太脹嘅人，你都好難進行呢一件事咯。呢個真係我諗係其中一個令到我會對嗰個肥啊減肥咁執着嘅一個原因，就係咧，我曾經試過去，其實係去求籤嘅咋。咁嗰陣時求我當係事業咁啦，點知咧一行過去未坐低就個解籤佬已經話嚇你呢一世都肥，你唔好減肥喎咁樣。未問任何嘢嘅？未問任何嘢。我諗6年前咯。
哦，6年前已經係肥㗎啦。
喂，唔係6年前嗰陣唔係話超級瘦，但係嗰陣都唔係肥啊。
即係一行埋去，佢已經就講埋啲咁嘅嘢。
係啊，跟住
功力幾高喎，真係。
係啊，我好難過啦，跟住就即刻坐低啦。佢就不斷地重複都係嗰句：你呢世都肥㗎啦，你注定係肥嘅，你收唔到。咁你每次努力，你咪會俾咗個原因自己去放棄咯。你頭先問我最唔開心或者最辛苦係幾時？就係中期驗收嗰日，然後我見到自己咁慘嘅時候，都係重咗啦。即係我個腦裏邊咧就係有少少響翻起嗰個解籤佬喺度講：你係肥㗎啦，你呢世都瘦唔到㗎啦。跟住就不斷喺我個腦度咁樣轉下轉下，我就覺得啊，都真係唔通注定咗嘅，幾努力都冇用咁樣。
好反常嚟咯，食啲最肥嘅嘢係減到肥嘅嗰樣嘢，同埋原來都幾多副作用嘅呢件事。即係試完之後，我對生酮飲食 我都幾反感嘅，即係對我嚟講，我自身好唔愉快嘅嗰個感覺。
我係斷斷續續自己嘗試過啲唔正統嘅生酮飲食嘅，但係今次真正進行咗一次之後呢，我睇到個成果係 work 之後呢，我覺得係對我嚟講係 OK 嘅，可以咁快一個速度去做到減肥，而我亦都可以繼續去食嘢呢，我係會覺得呢個暫時係我試過嘅最 work 嗰個咯。
最後一條，我覺得你想對多謝下。
點解啊？唔係，佢最怕啲老土嘢，等我講。哎呀，其實咧，今次咧我最緊要多謝嘅就係 Michael，因為如果冇做 Michael 嘅話咧，我都打。
最後啦，
係。
你覺得我幾時會反彈？
而家係1個月後嘅1個星期。
哇！等
誒，好似仲翻好多喎。
等先，個磅有啲唔準啊，搞佢先。
一個針啦，一個就拉。
大開眼界啊！
推機嘅時候個速度要好平均啊！
哇，好難啊！我人生畫嘅第一條馬路線係歪咗嘅。大家好，我係 MM 嘅 Phoebe。睇到我今日一身好似地盤工人嘅打扮，不過今日咧我就唔係做地盤嘅工作嘅，我係做一件再特別啲嘅事，就係寫大字啦。不過就唔喺紙上面寫喎，而係喺馬路上面寫嘅。開工先。
我哋成日喺馬路上面見到嘅大字同埋標誌，其實都係由一班持牌嘅馬路工程師傅去畫嘅。今次嘅試一次，我將會跟呢班街頭藝術家做一日馬路畫線員。不過真正落場之前，梗係要先嚟拜師學藝啦。
早晨，先生。
早晨，
你好。星期六你有冇話想我寫到啲咩字呢？
寫啲簡單啲嘅英文字同埋中文字，主要係以直線為主。
咁我哋事不宜遲，我哋今日就開始呢個
歡迎
訓練。好嚟。
我姓温嘅，我全名係温榮信。我從事呢個馬路油線工程已經超過40年㗎啦，已經。
Vincent 入行之前係個海員，當年20幾歲嘅佢，因為唔想再喺個海度飄嚟飄去，經過朋友介紹就入行做馬路工程嘅工作，後嚟仲自己開埋公司。
東區走廊啦，屯門公路改嗰條巴士專線，赤鱲角島所有工程，收費廣場、汲水門橋、青馬橋、西北交匯處、葵涌高架路、西區海底隧道。
三跑，我哋接到有80%。
馬路畫線主要分為兩類，一種係翻油，幫一啲甩咗色嘅線或者係字重新上色；另外一種就係由零開始畫字。今個星期我嘅終極任務就係幫手翻新一個巴士站，所以今日就要由基本功學起啦。
咁寫馬路字咧，有一樣嘢好緊要，就係行內俗稱嘅天書啦，全名就即係運輸策劃同埋設計手冊嘅。
馬路上面嘅字咧，同埋所有嘅標誌咧，都係運輸處設計嘅，就由路政處去執行。除非嗰啲標誌係個天書上面係冇嘅，咁我哋就要自己去做啲字出嚟啦。
收費區、觀塘道、將軍澳等等嘅字都係天書冇資料同埋字尺寸比例嘅，需要根據客人或者係建築商提供施工圖。如果連施工圖都冇嘅話，就要由師傅根據經驗去做字啦。
其實開呢啲線咧，兩個準則，直路就要直，彎路就要順。
畫巴士站嘅第一步係先用拉尺量度路面嘅闊度，揾出馬路字嘅中間點，再以呢個為依據計算出字筆畫嘅大細，然後用粉筆喺地上面 mark 低筆畫嘅交接點同埋輔助點。第二步就係用粉袋嚟彈線，將啱啱喺地上面 mark 低嘅記號連接起嚟。粉袋入面裝咗一啲白色嘅覆粉，穿過咗一條好長嘅棉線，只要一人拉實一邊，定位之後向地面彈一彈， 一條白色嘅起稿線就出咗嚟啦。
如果你唔明咧，你都唔知佢喺度彈緊。
係啊，我而家好迷糊啊！我喺度諗緊，喺度估緊究竟係做緊邊部分呢？
同一時間，負責煮顏料嘅師傅已經喺工程車準備定呢種反光熱熔馬路膠。馬路膠需要控制喺180度至到230度之間。用高溫馬路膠寫嘅字，就算有重型貨櫃車剪過都唔會受損。
因為其實油漆唔可以太熱，亦都唔可以太凍嘅。因為太熱咧就會令到佢好稀啦，太凍嘅話咧佢又會結得好快，就令到寫字嘅時候就好唔順暢啦。咁所以咧師傅就會做多一個步驟，就係喺拖罐真係落地寫字之前咧，會用火燒住佢先嘅。
嗱，如果你唔燒個後果咪咁咯，咁你條線咪明顯咪窄咗。
係喎。咁寫馬路字其實最重要嘅工具咧，就係呢一個拖罐啦。佢就等於你喺馬路上面嘅支筆嚟嘅。
因為馬路字會根據道路嘅類別而有大細之分，筆畫亦都會有粗有幼，所以拖罐嘅尺寸由最細25mm 去到比較大600mm 都有。例如係今次寫嘅巴士站，就需要用到150mm 同埋300mm 嘅拖罐。
咁有個巧妙就係我哋喺個前邊有個 lift 位嘅，就係俾佢流出嚟嘅油漆有一個均衡嘅厚度嘅。呢兩把係靈魂嚟嘅，你油得直唔直咧就靠晒佢。咁我哋有個同事咧，佢就會斟啲油落去嘅。
即係一前一後咁樣。
係啊，即係好似人哋跳舞咁樣，我左腳後，佢係左腳前。
探歌啊要係啊，好有默契。
一齊行嘅。
畫線嗰陣最緊要係配合到導遊師傅嘅速度，望上去就易啦。試嗰陣真係好難啊！
我係咪拖啦可以？
可以行啦。係抽。
哎呀 ，sorry 啊，
唔緊要，
我已經衰咗。哇，唔敢呼吸啊！啱啱係要閉氣啊！最難嗰位係要
同步，
同時同步嗰樣嘢好難啊！
寫完字第一時間就要審翻呢種防滑同埋反光嘅玻璃珠。呢種反光物料係 Vincent 當年跟一位愛爾蘭嘅工程師學嘅，後嚟佢向路政署推介咗呢種經濟效益高嘅材料，仲喺港九新界通用。
你太早審佢會沉晒落去，你審得太慢嘅反彈佢唔食㗎啦已經。譬如而家你得嗰12-13度同30幾度溫度，審玻璃珠個 timing 當然係完全唔同。
哇，其實好多學問喺入面，即係你做一單工程，你要睇天氣啦、濕度啦、路面情況啦、路面嗰個質地啦。
係啊，你倒落去啊，你倒落地下。
我 feel 到佢好熱啦嚇！啊，我已經漏咗啦，一齊行就唔好倒太多係嘛？係好。
就算我啲伙計滴一滴油落地下，我都要佢清翻走嘅。嗰樣嘢。你做咗出嚟就係你公司嘅招牌，油咗落地下。
師傅幫我執手尾，多謝你啊！條線即刻靚翻啊！我成日都以為咧寫馬路字係可一不可再，即係冇得補救。但係原來都有一啲小技巧去燒佢啊，或者係用鑿佢。
就算呢啲窿突咗出嚟咧，一燒嗰啲油咧走翻紋咧就 OK。不過呢個技巧咧就一定要個火咧要好貼近個路面，個衝力先至可以將啲油打開。
咁遇到一啲崩咗角或者係畫得唔好嘅線咧，其實都有個方法，就係將一啲乾咗嘅油漆擺落去，跟住用火燒翻溶佢，咁樣就救到一條唔靚嘅直線噶啦。
大型馬路字就要用拖罐一筆一筆咁樣畫出嚟啦。不過如果要做到停車場車位、巴士路線號碼等等嘅小型字，就需要用人手界呢啲字母啦。
呢個櫃係我哋愛嚟儲存嗰啲製成品，係嗰啲停車場嗰啲數目字嗰啲帽。因為我哋接到有工程，我哋就會做定擺喺度，到時就會拎出去工地施工用嘅。呢個係職員專用啦，訪客車位啊。
馬路劃線內容包括路上面所有嘅地名、街名、 黃線、箭嘴、影子線、望左望右等等嘅交通標誌同埋指示。有時佢哋仲要負責整埋馬路上面嘅路拱。除咗接路政署嘅工程，仲有唔少係私家地方，例如係喺停車場或專用車位、請勿吸煙等等嘅標示。
電腦都會執咗啊，之後再印出嚟。
因為望咗望就係運輸署指定嘅形象嚟嘅，譬如no parking 啊、reserve 啊、visitor 嗰啲就任你變嘅。
而家就要做呢個好似小學嘅美勞堂咁樣，要畫咗字先。
咁你落雨出邊就冇嘢好做，翻嚟介紹。我哋試過最高紀錄威爾斯啊，160個車位，全部挑晒醫生專用 ，doctors only。
寫馬路字啊、戒指呢啲咧，感覺都係一啲好細心，要好細緻咁樣去做嘅一啲工藝嚟。
冇錯。
但係呢度全部都係哇，好灰悟嘅藍紙，我覺得個反差有啲大。
我哋其實過到嚟都係白紙一張嘅啫。
哦。咁
都係工多藝術，最緊要就係跟到個好老細。
我覺得有一個細節位係我自己好印象深刻嘅。你哋夏天其實做呢一行係好辛苦、好熱㗎嘛，佢就長期喺個雪櫃咧擺咗好多冰水，你雪得啱啱好結冰。
以前就冇人會話供應埋咁多雪櫃，或者係水。
好體貼啊！
係啦，冇錯啦。
咁你覺得呢一行好玩嘅地方喺邊啊？
我幫你諗下。
Besides, I knew you'd find a way to get in.
True enough. Need to find your friend. I'm hoping you'll agree to help.
I shall do whatever's in my power. Yet what you want or even need must matter little. What matters is what Dettlaff wants. If he does not wish to be found, you will not find him. Ever. End of story.
Come on. Gotta be some way.
Vampires can evade detection by the senses, and no divination magic works on us. Even the most precise megascope would be useless.
And this? Could this help?
Wherever did you get that?
Off one of the beast's victims, found by a bend in the river. Body was chopped in pieces. 3 of those pieces were hands. Hand with the ring seemed the odd one out, but Bruxa had taken an interest in it.
It's Dettlaff's hand, without a doubt. It will do splendidly.
Ring's pretty intriguing. Made of no metal I've ever seen. And the ornamentation.
It comes from our home, where we lived before the conjunction of spheres. It's actually mine. I received it from a dear old friend. You might call him a humanist. He saw us vampires as guests here, guests who owe their hosts, meaning you humans and the elder races, respect.
Respect? Meaning not to treat us like cattle to be slaughtered for food?
Precisely. And the reason why I in turn gave it to Dettlaff. To remind him of the ideals my old friend championed.
Can't you just summon Dettlaff? You're both hired vampires, there's gotta be a way.
If I'm to be entirely candid, there is indeed one. But believe me, we will be better off never availing ourselves of it. It is a last resort. Absolutely.
Last resort? The hell? Why?
There is a being who can summon Dettlaff. Possesses the authority, even the power, to force him to appear in a given place. But the very act of contacting this being, well, it's akin to walking a slack line extended over a chasm filled with molten lava. An exercise as perilous to me as it would be to you. A risk I'm unwilling to take. I beg you, let's do it my way. It will be both quicker and easier.
The hand. What do you plan to do with it?
You've heard of Kovinaris' theory of tissue memory retention.
Rings a distant bell. Read about it in Alchemia Oblitera. There's a copy at Kaer Morhen, tattered, nearly disintegrated. But if memory serves, Kovinaris never managed to prove it worked.
He did prove it, just never managed to publish his findings. He and I corresponded, you see, after we became friends. Thus, I know he completed his research and performed the first tests. It's complicated, so without delving into details, it is possible to use any piece of tissue to reconstruct what a whole body experienced.
How's it work? We need any special equipment?
We must brew a decoction which Kovinaris gave a rather poetic name, resonance. Once imbibed, it sends one into a trance similar to that induced by narcotics. This triggers visions of events linked to strong emotions experienced by the tissue's owner. Picture it as dreaming a fragment of someone's life.
Any chance we might see what Dettlaff was doing just before he lost his hand?
Indeed. Though I also hope resonance will reveal the location of Dettlaff's hideout.
Kovinaris spent half his life proving his theory. Wild guess. Making a dose of resonance won't be easy.
You guessed correctly. In addition to Dettlaff's tissue, we shall need a powerful occipital lobe stimulant. Effectively a poison, to make one susceptible to visions.
Well, got a few ingredients to choose from. Unfortunately, all are pretty rare. There's Mamoon glands, but closest ones I know of are in Vizima. A spotted white saliva would also serve, but they were cold to extinction over a century ago. Could go with a kobold's eyes, but the creatures are sentient. Rather not gouge one's eyes out.
Given that we lack the time to sleuth this out ourselves, permit me to summon some help.
What was that?
A raven? Rather a common sight at this latitude. Very intelligent fowl. I asked him to look for the creatures you mentioned, him and his brethren. Perhaps they'll find one in the area, and I would hazard that a flock of ravens will spy any said creature faster than a solitary witcher would, with all due respect to your skills, my friend. It will take them some time, nonetheless, so perhaps you'd care for a snifter of mandrake.
Rarely say no to a snifter.
Sadly, this is but a weak infusion rather than a proper distillate.
Even better. I remember your mandrake hooch. Made people say things they'd have rather kept to themselves.
Now, what could Geralt of Rivia prefer to keep to himself?
Everyone's got some secret.
I agree wholeheartedly. I also believe it wise at times to share one's secrets, unburden oneself to those one can trust.
This your sophisticated way of asking me if I trust you?
I prefer almost always to ask indirectly. It seems a test of intelligence, one you just passed.
Maybe you should go first. Reveal one of your secrets. After all, you vampires lead very interesting lives.
Anything in particular interest you?
Curious what you did after you were reborn.
As I'm sure you can surmise, but first I was thoroughly absorbed with recovering. As it is, I've still not recovered completely. Yet I was so weak the first year that I could not stand nor move on my own. Dettlaff bore my weakness bravely, showed great patience. If not for him, I wouldn't be here, and I'd have regenerated far slower. Once I could at last stand unassisted, I set off for Bruges, for my one-time home of Dillingen. There I led the peaceful life of a rural healer and surgeon. enjoying my neighbour's respect and, in fact, constituting the exact opposite of the monstrous vampire the populace imagines.
Bruges, you say? Rebirth make you sentimental?
Perhaps, Sir Dash. What of you? Where have you been? Ever find your Cyrilla?
Back then, yeah. But we parted again soon after. And when the time was ripe, she came back, defeated the Wild Hunt together.
Ooh. Seemed I certainly missed quite a bit while I was absent.
True enough. But it's a conversation we'll have another time. Need to know more about you now. Got a new life, a new body. That give you a new start? Blank slate?
Starting all anew is a very broad concept. What exactly do you mean?
Your blood addiction, say. Wondering if your body's the same, if it still remembers. Maybe if you drank now, you wouldn't get hooked.
All addictions are a form of slavery. Re-addiction's not a risk I'm willing to take, just to test a hypothesis about corporeal regeneration and whether propensities carry over.
Fair enough. Curiosity, that's all. Sorry.
Not to worry, Geralt. Curiosity's a natural reaction under the circumstances, apart from which I've always valued that trait in you.
Always fascinated me the way vampires can regenerate. A hand growing back is one thing, but Detloff recreating you out of a wet smear? Something else entirely.
A difficult and laborious process, but one that's possible, as my presence proves. But I've heard you too had quite the adventure. They say you lost your memory.
For a bit, but Triss helped me get it back. Actually, pretty damn lucky I only had amnesia.
Yes, you humans are rather buggered in those terms. To strip you of life is, well, it's just plain easy. I've always pitied you in that regard. We vampires are much harder nuts to crack. If a member of another race kills one of us, we can be reborn with a living higher vampire's help. However, if one of our own strikes the deadly blow, death is permanent. There can be no rebirth. One of the chief reasons why vampires long ago swore never to fight one another.
Gotta ask you the big question. One everyone wonders about. What happens after death?
You wish me to tell you if the human belief in the gods is well-founded. Our matter, that of which we are composed, can exist without form.
But were you dead?
As humans understand death, yes.
Feel anything?
It's rather hard to explain. Only after rebirth did I begin to understand that what I had felt was...
Can't have been alive then.
Indeed, it's hard to... Thus, I often find...
Depends on your point of view.
Very true.
All right, give you one question. What do you want to know?
One question to ask one as fascinating as you, Geralt. Cruel parsimony, I'd say, but I shall do my best to make it count. If you were to die and be reborn as I was, in your new life, would you choose to be a Witcher?
See, Regis. Doubt I'd know how to be anything else.
Ever tried?
See, you're determined to get an answer, to find out if I like being a Witcher. Just refuse to ask directly, as always. I like being on the path. I like picking up a lead, a trail. I like the tension right before a fight. And nothing gets my adrenaline flowing like battling a beast. Even gotten used to people treating me like a freak, an outcast. Yeah, not something I think about much, but I like being a Witcher.
Thank you for being honest. Honesty is an attribute of the truly brave, and thus a privilege of the very few.
Still no sign of your winged friend. Sure it understood what you wanted?
Dead certain. Let's wait a bit longer. It'll return soon, don't doubt that for a moment. ever vigilant, even in his sleep. Quite vampire-like, in fact. Are you absolutely certain they don't administer a few of our genes during the trial of the grasses?
Far as I know, none. Now what you got for me?
You were right. No kobolds or mamoons for miles around.
Knew it.
Allow me to finish. You see, there's this spotted white. It haunts an abandoned residence in the Caraberta woods.
Impossible. My brethren hunted down every last spotted white before I was born.
Then it seems you must revise your knowledge of spotted whites. For somehow this one managed to survive your brethren's onslaught. It seems I know this home it haunts. Recall a tale about it. Locals believe the place cursed. Perhaps that's how the white survived entirely unmolested.
Whites rarely appear in the woods, even less likely to find...
What's your point?
This might not be a spotted white after all.
I sincerely doubt it. Ravens are
What exactly did they observe?
The area around the estate.
Spoons.
Spare me the skeptical smile. I'm but the bearer of this news.
Know anything?
I don't recall much in particular.
Come on.
Sorry, Geralt. I try not to clutter my...
A specimen of a species thought long extinct.
Ah, professional curiosity.
Let's do this. Start making your decoction while I go get some saliva from that white. Uses it in a...
Do you imagine the white will simply sell you some?
Worst case scenario, I'll bring you its salivary glands. They ought to do as well.
For a moment there, I imagined you asking the white to spit into a vial. Quite amusing as a thought, but the salivary glands will do fine indeed.
So, see you later.
Yes, till later. I shall start by perusing some tomes.
Tomes? Thought you were gonna make this decoction.
We require one last ingredient. Alas, obtaining it could prove a trifle toilsome. Thus, I hope to identify a suitable alternative.
All right. Good luck.
And to you, my friend.
Something here. Where's that artifact Kira gave me? Interesting. decoction coming along? Doing all right?
Better than you. No sign of the White's brew or its salivary glands, I see.
Faster. Move it. That's it, Roach.
The dressings, bandages.
What's that about?
The dressings.
Forget it. Bandages won't do him any good.
What? Oh.
Mm-hmm. Breathed his last then.
Gods.
What happened here?
I was rolling through.
Pretty admirable stopping to help a stranger.
Truthfully, when I saw him, I considered it might be an ambush. The thought entered my...
Decent enough in many other places, believe me. Before you go on, clean your hands thoroughly and burn your shirt.
Who?
A witcher.
Oh.
See what we... Either not out of it.
Wait, I will come with...
So be it. Trail leads to the house on the hill,
which stands silent as a grave.
Gates locked from the inside. Clearly been jostled, though. Something tried to get out.
The very thought sends a cold wind down my back.
Damn it.
Good gods!
What the hell's this? Setting for a banquet?
It seems so. What's your suspicion? Did none survive? Gods!
Servant. Stabbed to death. Over a dozen blows with a sharp object. Some post-mortem.
I cannot believe this is the work of a man. It was a monster, to be sure.
Silver tableware. Elven engravings. Torso punctured with great force. Blow pierced hardened steel. Man on the high road. Breastplate was identical. Throats massacred. One mighty blow. Shield along sides old and dented. Sword ceremonial. And Shay handiwork clearly. Ceremonial bowls. For little sacrifices?
Of what? Please, do not say humans.
Multiple wounds on the body. All puncture wounds, but hard to tell what caused them. Victim's human, but the attire's elven.
Are you certain? How did he come by it? We've so few non-humans in Tucson.
Burn marks. Something catch fire? Explode? Strong stench. Fled, then dropped to the ground to douse the flames. Didn't manage. Burnt smells growing fainter. Might have been another luckier soul managed to flee. Doublet scorched. Wriggled out of it, tossed it, then ran on. Perhaps there's no one inside after. I know you're in there. Breathing's loud and clear. Open up. We mean you no harm.
They remain there?
Listen, I'm a witcher. You mentioned that...
Those, we were staging a scene. The vessel. I broke. They pounded on the door.
Who are you?
Durant Foch. We meet here, eh?
So while reenacting a scene... What? Best thing? Are you... No, don't want it to kill anyone. Precise... You know what I'm gonna ask for. Need your help. But I'll understand if you turn me down. No objections? Good. Let's get to work. Start by clearing the... One last...
Understood. I will stand, or rather, sit in for King Ludovic. Upon...
Die Wethaf, the elf... Wethaf laid at Ludovic's feet a loaf of binnen and elfin bread, thus granting humans rule over seed-yielding lands. Wethaf filled the ornate ceremonial bowls with elfin wine. Gwinoeth, the sweetest blood of the land that had been. Long last, the elfin king grasped his sword and shield, thus symbolically passing command of his armies to humans. Don't interrupt. Long last, the elfin king grasped his sword and shield, thus symbolically passing command of his armies to humans. At long last, the elfin king grasped his sword and shield, thus symbolically passing command of his armies to humans. Don't interrupt. At long last, the elfin king grasped his sword and shield, thus symbolically passing command of his armies to humans. Don't interrupt. At long last, the Elfen King grasped his sword and shield, thus symbolically passing command of his armies to humans. Don't interrupt. Elven King, erect in his pride, drew his blade and dropped to his knees, thus acknowledging his final defeat. Ludovic then spake.
I accept your allegiance and shall return in 1 year's time to...
Ah! Look! Look! The statues!
Impossible! God's mother!
a witcher.
The sculptures, they came alive. By what witchcraft?
Dunno. Specialize in killing monsters. Reviving them, not so much.
I may know what happened. The statues, you see. This Tevetheth was to pay tribute to humans, producing statues of this sort each year. It's fortunate he did too, as Tevetheth had planned Ludovic's downfall, for he sculpted not statues, but columns that masqueraded as
Typical treachery in bot.
You're no better. Elves were just defending their territory. You humans took it, but you still weren't sated. Had to cut the elves down, every last one.
You? What does that mean? You're a man as we are.
Yeah, in a way. Just ashamed to have to admit it sometimes.
your words. They're wrong, Witcher. But I'll not let you leave empty-handed. Take this reward.
Farewell.
Here our paths diverge.
Move it! Our guests. Never a good omen. Not bad. None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall sate you. Never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Sounds like a curse, all right. Somebody's clearly obsessed. Regis mentioned the place might be cursed. Can't be a coincidence. Need to look around. What a pigsty. Need to search it thoroughly. Find a way to collect some white saliva. No spoon you have shall sate you. Whatever lives here treated that literally. Still searching for the right spoon. White's obsessed. A real collector. Thoroughbred. Spoon's incredible. The craftsmanship. Must have graced a rich man's table. Poor girl. Realized she was changing into a monster. Recorded it in her diary. Poignant. Smashed mirror. As if someone couldn't stand to look at themselves. The monster. Journal's author, maybe? None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall sate you. Never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Skeletons. Doubt they came here willingly. This have anything to do with the curse? None shall sit and dine with you at your table. It makes sense. None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall sate you. Never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Woman's name scratched into this wooden spoon. Romantic. Right on, bit right off. Teeth all knocked out. Somebody tried to force feed him. No claw or fang marks. Probably choked to death. Broken neck. Indentation in the skull's lateral surface. Smacked in the head with something heavy. Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. Does seem like a White's lair. Bit atypical, but still. Cauldron should be somewhere around here. Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one. White's obsessed. Real collector. Thoroughbred. Cauldron's empty, unfortunately. Regis needs some brew. Afraid he won't get that. No choice but to hide and wait for the saliva glands and their bearer. Need a spot that'll let me observe the cauldron. Spoon. Pretty ordinary set. Maybe a little old. White who lives here is getting ready for some sort of feast. White that lives here. Definitely afflicted by a curse. And it's been trying. Desperately lifted. Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. not gonna hurt you. Wanna help? I've seen the words of the curse on the walls. Think I know how to lift it. You tried to bring folk here, convince them to sit at the table with you, right? Well, I'm gonna be your guest now. Your willing guest. Just need a bit for Regis. And now we'll tend to you. Been searching for the right spoon for years, right? The curses can be tricky. Key to this one just might be that you can't eat with your own spoon. That's why we've swapped. This isn't right. I missed something? Listen, gonna stand up real slow. Gotta search the house again. Sit tight, I'll be right back. Calm down. Damn it, didn't work. Ate that vile stuff for nothing. Got the brew from just at least. White in its own junkie for the white though. So cut it down.
Geralt had to face Eredin, but could only hope to beat him with the help of friends. The Wild Hunt could be defeated with exceptionally powerful magic, so Triss and Yen set out to reconvene the Lodge of Sorceresses. Avallac'h, too, began to lay plans of his own.
Damn it, didn't work. Ate that vile stuff for nothing. Got the brew for Regis at least. Can't do anything for the...
Geralt had to face Eredin, but could only hope to beat him with the help of friends. The Wild Hunt could be defeated with exceptionally powerful magic, so Triss and Yen set out to reconvene the Lodge of Sorceresses. Avallac'h, too, began to lay plans of his own.
Cauldron's empty, unfortunately. Regis needs some brew. Afraid he won't get that. No choice but to hide and wait for the saliva glands and their bearer. Need a spot that'll let me observe the cauldron. Spoon, pretty ordinary. Table set. White who lives here is getting ready for some sort of feast. White that lives here, definitely afflicted by a curse, and it's been trying desperately to lift it. Spoon, pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. Thousands of them here. White's been a collector for years. Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one. Arquette's obsessed. Real collector. Thoroughbred. We can't use spoons. No, that won't work. You've been looking for a spoon that would feed you, but there's no such spoon. We need to eat without spoons. Likeness. Think it worked. Just not quite like I expected. Need to see what happened to the white. Won't be hard to find given its stench. hurt you.
Eat. I must eat.
I'll take you someplace safe. So I took her by the hand and led her here. Seemed the only sensible place for her.
You did the right thing, sir. She should recover quickly here. I'm deeply pleased, finally, to make your acquaintance, sir, though I do regret the specific circumstances. In all the commotion, I fear I neglected to introduce myself. I'm Barnabas Basil-Fawlty, and by order of the Duchess, I am to serve as your major domo at Corvo Bianco.
Nice to meet you, Barnabas Basil. Love to talk more, but got urgent matters to attend to. While I'm gone, please make sure she gets everything she needs.
Don't worry, sir. I shall see to everything. She is safe here and in good hands. She'll soon be back on her feet.
Might actually take a while. She hadn't eaten anything in over 100 years when I found her.
Horrid. Whatever brought this about?
Told me her story on the way here. Her name's Marlena. She was once the very beautiful and proud heiress to the Trastamara estate. One evening, when she was holding a banquet for friends, a beggar came to her gate seeking alms. He had a bowl and a spoon with him. He sat outside her fence and waited.
I've heard of the custom. An ancient rite of hospitality that obliges one to give food and drink to such a guest lest he depart hungry. To neglect the custom is to bring great misfortune down upon oneself.
Marlena didn't care a whit for the old customs. She drove the man off, saying she'd rather feed the leftovers from her feast to her dogs than to give the beggar anything. The beggar then broke his spoon, cast a curse. She was beautiful, so he said she'd never wish to look at herself in the mirror again. Since she adored feasts, he swore no one would ever wish to sit and dine with her. And as she even refused him the crumbs from her table, he swore she'd never find a spoon in the world that would sate her hunger.
A harsh punishment. I imagine lifting the curse was hardly simple.
Curses are tricky. They play on irony. Always gotta figure out what the catch is. Marlena had spent decades looking for a way to lift it. Transformed into a wight, she stole spoons and lured folk into her home, trying each time to get them to dine with her. Didn't work.
So what did?
Someone had to sit down and share a meal with her, of their own free will. They had to eat without using spoons, and make her look at her reflection.
That's it? That was all it required?
Simplest solutions are sometimes the last that come to mind. Besides, when you're a wight, it's pretty damn hard to find willing human company for a feast.
I imagine so. But, most importantly, it is now over. Please, don't worry. She will be in good hands here.
Vineyard comes across as a place with a rich history. Know who owned it before me?
Baron Rossel, who went bankrupt, forcing him to sell the estate to the Duchess. The Baron, in turn, had purchased it from Monsieur Bolius of the Headsman, a truly colorful man of Ketweni origin.
He was actually a headsman?
No, not him, but his great-great-great-great-grandfather. Indeed. Apparently, he was a common cutpurse who somehow secured for himself the post of ducal headsman in Beauclair. Went about his work with an exceptional penchant. They say he chopped off more heads than there are grapevines in the ducal vineyards. He never hesitated, not once. Never sliced unevenly, never botched a job. For his exemplary service, the Duke granted him a title and this estate. Monsieur Bolius, on the other hand, was an engineer in his younger years. Once retired, he settled here and took to producing wine. Sadly, misfortune struck and he lost his sense first of smell, then of taste. Additionally, he could not drink alcohol. His medic forbade it.
Shame that. He gave up making wine?
Not at all. He made even more of it. Began throwing wild balls to which he'd invite friends from far and wide in order to treat them to his wine and delight in the fact that at least someone could enjoy it. It's the sort of man he was, Monsieur Bolius.
Mind giving me a little?
Not in the least. Behold, sir, your estate in all its splendor.
Pretty vast.
Indeed. And now...
Been a major domo all your life?
Yes, I come from a long line of major domos. My father was a major domo, as was my grandfather before him, as was my great-aunt. In fact, she was the one to start the tradition.
Great-aunt?
A hard woman. It is said that already as a child, she knew where she was going, and went there. When she arrived in Beauclair, she signed on as a chambermaid at one of the vineyards, then slowly worked her way up to major domo. She dragged the rest of the family up the same path. The servants' quarters. I occupy the green home. With the Duchess's permission, I have hired a full staff. Their salaries to be paid from the ducal treasury.
Nice of her.
Not the most sightly part of the estate, I admit. But I think it's worthwhile for you as master of the domain to know where the helper stays. Baron Rossel ordered the vines in this part of the estate uprooted and olive groves planted in their place. They look beautiful, especially come spring.
Don't look at all bad now, either.
Down below lies your vineyard, where we grow a strain of Carfanere, one of the world's oldest. Aged in oak barrels, it provides for an exquisite wine with distinct blackberry, wild cherry, plum, and cinnamon notes. Marvelous.
Have to try it one of these days. Nice well. Picturesque.
Yes, though it ran dry long ago. During the raucous feasts Master Bolius held, he would order it filled with wine. There's a tale about a guest attending a Bolius school for the first time and thus unaware of the custom. He had suffered great heartbreak and had decided to end his life by jumping into the well. The festivities were coming to a close, and the well was nearly empty when the suicidal guest finally jumped. Instead of killing himself, he merely broke his legs. To numb the pain, he drank the wine.
Drank himself to death?
Not at all. When found the next day, he had concluded he'd witnessed twin miracles. The water had been changed into wine, and he had survived. He retired to a monastery in the Dragon Mountains and began preaching the wisdoms of Lebioda. Monsieur Bolius' wife Nina kept a garden here. A supremely lovely place it was.
Bit neglected now.
I agree. Yet nothing stands in the way of restoring it to its former glory, and once again planting it with herbs and other vegetation.
Madame Nina planted diminutive, delicate flowers and herbs here. One might say their aroma still hangs in the air.
You're quite the romantic, Barnabas Basil.
Follow me, please.
Something's in the wind.
This served as an additional wine cellar in years of plentiful harvests.
Bit of work and it'll make a fine stable for Roach.
Even a horse drops if you ride it at a constant gallop.
The cellars, voila. During Monsieur Bolis's time, wine was kept here, but Baron Rossel used it to store olive oil as well. I took the liberty of cleaning up the mess, which
I made while fighting the Bruxa. Thanks, Barnabas Basil. Appreciate it.
as you can see, the facade is, how to put it, slightly stained. But one cannot deny it, a certain subtle southern charm.
True, though it could use a bit of subtle paint.
The knight dropped his sword and tried to run, but with all that armor, he didn't get far. The claptrap you repeat after others.
And welcome inside. On the left is the master bedroom. On the right, the dining hall and kitchen. Upstairs, you shall find the guest room, currently used for storage.
Not a bad idea.
At the moment, the house is only minimally furnished. Yet I believe we will, together, devise some innovative arrangements. A few paintings, for instance, would breathe new life into the abode immediately. With that, sir, you've seen the full lay of the land. Corvo Bianco is a beautiful estate. Though one must admit, time has taken its toll. Forgive me for being forward, but if you were to choose to invest a small sum towards its beautification, consider me at your service on the matter.
Think I'll take you up on that. Be sure to come and see you if I decide to do any remodeling. Mentioned the place could...
Almost decide...
Got these spacious grounds. But maybe it's time to make them more...
Oh, yes! The way I see things...
And...
Of course. Ponder the...
If you...
Of course.
Been thinking about...
If I might... Not only...
That's all for now.
Tasty. So wonderful. Thank you.
Our knights errant? They're so heroic, we had to summon a witcher to do their work.
Head to the pheasant.
The days pass. The pile of work remains the same.
Every day the same. Wine and milk.
Think your friend's hand will make for a nice broth?
You've clearly honed your sense of humor. But we are not cannibals, Geralt. I took a fragment of tissue from their hand. It will suffice to prepare some resonance.
What did you do with the rest?
I cremated it, as our codex commands. A raven told me you'd acquired the necessary ingredient.
Pretty helpful creatures. Call on them often?
I try not to overdo it. But they can be so useful. As they were now, when I merely needed to be sure I could arrive in time should things go sour.
Managed fine alone, but thanks for the thought. Gonna need much longer to finish brewing resonance? Mentioned a last ingredient, too. What about that?
That, I fear, might prove troublesome. You see, to use the concoction to summon the memories of one, the solution must contain the blood of another specimen of the same species.
Shouldn't be a problem. I happen to know a higher vampire who should be willing to help. Right, Regis?
It's not that simple, I'm afraid. While you were away, I tried my damnedest to identify a replacement, but alas, none such exists.
Not sure I understand what the problem is. Can't we just draw some of your blood?
The blood must be in an agitated state. As I'm certain you know, higher vampires can change their corporeal shell. As our flesh changes, so does our blood's chemical composition. To make a long story short, I shall need to induce in myself a state of strong psychokinetic arousal. In brief, madness, rabidity. And that stands to be very, very dangerous.
All right, so what do you want to do?
We shall visit Tesha Mudna, an ancient vampire estate. There we will find cages suspended in the air. I will enter one, be confined. You will lure beasts there. Beasts you will then kill. The bloodletting should prove profuse. Abundant enough so that the blood scent will drive me mad. Wild.
Tesha Mudna.
It is a place of torment, a torture chamber. Long ago, shortly after we'd arrived in this world, one among us named Kagmar developed such a taste and lust for human blood that in one night he could imbibe an entire village. This brought trouble on the entire species. Common folk wearied quickly of living in constant fear. They began to hunt us, seek the aid of mages and witches in tracking us down.
So what? Not like they could ever hope to kill you.
But they were bothersome. Forgive the comparison, but when did you last enjoy mosquitoes buzzing around your head? In any case, the other vampires decided something had to be done. Kagmar had to be caught and punished. A torture chamber was thus outfitted in the dungeons of Teshem Mutna. Inside it, a cage made entirely of a special alloy of silver, dalvinite, and meteorite steel. Kagmar was captured and locked in the cage. Sat there over 2 centuries, driven to fury time after time, never able to escape. Thus I know the cage will withstand the fury to which we shall drive my humble being.
See no reason.
In a moment. Just one last thing.
What was that?
Blood. Oh, the last favor the Raven did me. I've also taken some Sangurium, a solution that sharpens one's sense of smell. 1 drop of blood shall smell like a gallon to me now.
You crazy? You're a recovering addict.
Your outrage warms my heart, Geralt. But you must remain calm. I had no choice. As things stand, the die is cast. High time we set off for Teshem Mutna. My head's spinning already, and you're starting to smell quite tasty.
And you're starting to scare me.
We have arrived. The sacrificial chamber of torture and torment lies underground.
Sure you know what you're doing?
I can only hope I do. Please, let's go. The longer we delay, the less control I shall have of my...
You lead. Scurvers must be getting close to their feeding ground.
Correct. I told you there'd be danger. Beyond this wall lies...
An ancient vampire dungeon. Seen a lot of things in my time. Nothing quite like this, though.
I feel honored. A man with such a wealth of experience, yet I'm about to show him something new. Now, to open it.
How the hell?
It's an ancient form of protection against unwanted guests. The mechanism which releases the latch reacts only to a higher vampire's blood.
Tricky mechanisms, a vampire hideout. Fortified, secured. Must have been important to your species once, Toussaint.
It shall always be so. During the conjunction, the gate from our world into this one opened upon this land and no other. This was the first place we saw.
This place. There's evil here. Death hangs in the air.
Yes. A great many beggars have breathed their last here.
Seems your kind assembled a peculiar little library.
Indeed. Though I personally did not lay a hand to it.
Glyphs are carved into the rock. Coated with blood used to be. They mean something?
They're emblems, symbols of, well, what you would call tribes, dispersed throughout the world after the conjunction. My ancestors placed them here to remind us all where we came from.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garisham. My tribe, and Deadlouse. We both remained in this part of the world.
Cells? Who for?
Ah, disgraceful. Excruciatingly so, this particular page from our history. I'd rather not summon the demons of the past if it's all right with you.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garisham. My tribe, and Deadlouse. We both remained in this part of the world.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garisham. My tribe, and Deadlouse. We both remained in this part of the world.
Whose is this glyph?
Amarun. They ventured beyond the sea.
Whose is this glyph?
Amarun. They ventured beyond the sea.
What's this symbol mean?
It's the symbol of the Tedet. Those who went east beyond the Blue Mountains.
Whose is this glyph?
Amarun. They ventured beyond the sea.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garisham. My tribe, and Deadlouse. We both remained in this part of the world.
What's this symbol mean?
It's the symbol of the Tedet. Those who went east beyond the Blue Mountains.
Whose is this glyph?
Amarun. They ventured beyond the sea.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garisham. My tribe and Dettlaff's. We both remained in this part of the world.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garisham. My tribe and Dettlaff's. We both remained in this part of the world.
What's this glyph mean?
It's the symbol of the Tedet.
Whose is this glyph?
Amaran. They ventured beyond the...
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garisham.
Charming place. But what are all those cages for? Mentioned one vampire being kept here.
Yes, well, you see, humanitarians is something my ancestors were not. They concluded Kagmar would best be punished if he were tormented with the scent of blood he could not taste. Thus, they also kept humans here. Humans whose blood they slowly let. Kagmar ranted and raged in pain as those humans slowly bled to death.
They treated them like livestock. Live bait.
I'd like to be able to turn back time, deny it, but alas, I can do neither. Feel shame for my brethren. That is all I can do.
Don't take it so hard. Nothing you could have done about it. Let's get to work.
Well, that was awkward. Fine. I prepared the bait. Please be so kind and place it, ideally at the tunnel entrances. The scent will spread most effectively then. Place the bait at the tunnel entrances. Monsters will catch its scent more quickly.
When I think how these tunnels got here, send shivers.
It was the natural order of things. The place reeked of death and it attracted necrophages.
Three done. One left. Think this'll work?
I certainly hope so. Its stench is so thick, I wager it carries clear to Novigrad.
Bait set. What now?
I shall enter the cage. You must chain me inside. The bars are made of an alloy that will prevent me from transforming into mist.
Kinda thought you wouldn't want to.
I shall be in great pain. My sole thought being to stop that pain. I cannot know what I will do. We must hurry. The beasts have caught the scent, also my head started spinning.
That the blood?
Someone who's never experienced a vampire's bloodlust does not know the true meaning of thirst.
A safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what would you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please. You won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all.
Bait set. What now? Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what would you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please, Geralt. You won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all.
Smell the blood.
That smell.
Overcome. Good, because I can hear more coming. Bait set. What now? Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what would you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please, Geralt. You won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all.
Bait set. What now? Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what would you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please, you won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all.
Bates said, what now? Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what would you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please, Geralt. You won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all.
Bates said, what now? Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what would you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please, you won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all.
Bates said, what now? Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what would you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please, Geralt. You won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all.
Smell the blood. Bates said, what now? Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what would you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please, you won't be able to. You must forge through this, that is all.
Bait set. What now? Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what would you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please. You won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all.
Bait set. What now? Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what would you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please. You won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all.
Bait set. What now? Maybe we need a safe... Something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what would you do if I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please, you won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all.
Bait set. What now? Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what would you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please. You won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all.
We just have smelled the blood. Good, because I can hear more coming. Bait set. What now? Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what would you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please, go. You won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all.
Bait set. What now? Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what will you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please, Geralt. You won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all.
Good, because I can hear more coming. Bait set. What now? Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what did you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please. You won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is...
Bait set. What now? Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what did you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please, Geralt. You won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all.
I just smelled the blood. Bait set. What now? Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what did you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please, go. You won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all.
Good, because I can hear more coming. Bait set. What now? Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what
Bait set. What now? Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what would you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please, you won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all.
Bait set. What now? Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what would you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please. You won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all.
Smell the blood.
It grows. I shall overcome.
Good. I can hear more coming. Bait set. What now? Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what would you do if I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please, girl. You won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all.
Bait set. What now? Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what would you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please, girl. You won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all.
Bait set. What now? Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
What would you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please, girl. You won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all.
coming. Bait set. What now? Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what did you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please, Geralt. You won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all.
Regis has smelled the blood. on, I'll let you out. Need to hang on a little longer. Blood'll dry in a few hours. Scent won't bother you. Get you out of here.
The concoction.
You can't finish it in this state. Tell me how. I'll help you. Any better?
Far from ideal. And some time must pass before I fully recover. But yes, a bit better, thank you.
Never expected it to be like that. You didn't tell me.
We need not discuss it.
But we do. Because if I'd known you were going to subject yourself to torture...
What would you have done?
Found Dettlaff some other way.
I did not wish you to use any other way. Did that occur to you?
No, because I thought no being would ever willingly subject itself to that kind of pain. You vampires aren't any different from us in that regard.
I told you, the pain is my way of paying my debt. The enormous debt I owe Dettlaff. If I had to do it again, I would, in a heartbeat.
Resonance, it's ready.
Are you certain you followed the formula? The proportions were exact, the brewing time precise. This is important, Geralt. The slightest deviation could cost even a witcher dearly.
Relax. Got some experience brewing potions.
Very well. In that case, let's begin.
Excuse me. Actually, let me take a minute.
You jumped the queue, sir.
But Count, sir, you must understand. I've a meeting.
Sir,
Count,
you were next. Please, take a seat. This gentleman was here first. Step down or you shall regret it.
Ah, fails to realize he was your friend, Count.
It was then I ordered him to give up his seat and step off the stand. If only you'd seen his face. We got him good, didn't we, Dettlaff? And then Mother insisted we buy the mill. Curious, eh? But at least I've a yarn to spin for friends and associates.
Forgive me. What?
Awake at last. You writhed like a squirrel caught in a snare. I'd begun to fear they were death throes, that you'd departed.
Sure wasn't pleasant, but it worked.
What did you see?
Delacroix. His death did not come easy. Seems Dettlaff had made friends with him, still killed him, and chopped up his corpse. And he was overcome with fury, remorse, cut off the hand that had committed the murder.
Interesting. And entirely unlike the Dettlaff I know. See anything else?
Saw a moment. Delacroix did something selfless. Was kind to Dettlaff. Guess it could have been the start of their friendship.
Why the uncertainty?
Nothing extraordinary about it. Normal, everyday situation, really. Visions were supposed to issue from strong emotions.
Clearly the situation provoked such emotions in Dettlaff. Keep in mind, he did later murder Delacroix. Killing someone who's grown dear to us, it's bound to elicit strong emotion. Vampires are no different in that regard. Did you see anything else?
There was something. Showed up twice in the vision. A bootblack stand. Dettlaff first met Delacroix there. Went back after the murder, actually.
Peculiar.
Stand was somewhere in the Port District. And the bootblack acted as if he knew Dettlaff.
That would be even odder. Perhaps we should have a chat with the lad. Though I would expect no breakthroughs.
It's our only lead. I'll go talk to him. Coming with?
I shall join you later if it's no trouble. I don't yet feel strong enough to venture out.
That's fair. Rest up. Be back as soon as I learn anything.
Ask nicely. Hey there, handsome. Ask nicely.
What happened to your head?
Hey there, handsome. Ask nicely. Hey there, handsome.
Caught you, you little fart!
Whatever's the problem, kind sirs?
This smut. So how would you explain it?
Whether it pours for a week or the sun bakes our pates, we've always mud up to our ankles here.
You can't blame me for Beauclair's fickle weather.
Fickle weather? I've seen you. You empty your chamber pot in front of our shop each morn, so folks will dirty their boots, go to you to get them cleaned.
A far-fetched conspiracy theory, sirs.
I'll conspire to welt your bum with my belt. Come here.
Leave him alone.
Just who the spit are you?
His father, and you won't touch him. I won't let you.
Oh, poppycock. I knew his father. A grifter, a cheat, just like his brood.
I'll teach him honesty. He'll not leave muck at our shop door just to draw patrons to his own stall! So back away, drifter.
Not gonna happen.
Won't it? Well, then we'll thrash you as well, which is all the same to me.
My goodness! How will break your legs, vagrant!
Circle him!
Circle him! Now! Now from the gate!
Geralt had to face Eredin, but could only hope to beat him with the help of friends. The Wild Hunt could be defeated with exceptionally powerful magic, so Triss and Yen set out to reconvene the Lodge of Sorceresses. Avallac'h, too, began to lay plans of his own.
You little fart! So, freak!
I'll
leave.
Just.
His.
Oh, pop.
So.
Not.
Won't it?
Any last words?
I will break your legs, vagrant!
Circle him!
Circle him!
Slow now, let's not do anything rash.
I'll take him from the left! Blood! Blood!
Geralt had to face Eredin, but could only hope to beat him with the help of friends. The Wild Hunt could be defeated with exceptionally powerful magic, so Triss and Yen set out to reconvene the Lodge of Sorceresses. Avallac'h, too, began to lay plans of his own.
You. So how would you? Freak!
I'll
leave it.
Just.
His.
So.
Not gonna.
Won't it?
Blood! We'll break your legs, vagrant!
Teach you to help scofflaws
Circle
and
him!
cheats.
Circle him! Now! Now from the gate!
Bad move.
Come on, come closer.
Blood! Blood! I'll take him from the left!
All together, on three!
Geralt had to face Eredin, but could only hope to beat him with the help of friends. The Wild Hunt could be defeated with exceptionally powerful magic, so Triss and Yen set out to reconvene the Lodge of Sorceresses. Avallac'h, too, began to lay plans of his own.
You little fart!
Whatever's the problem, kind sirs?
This smut. Dane or shine.
So how would
you come?
Frick!
I'll leave.
Just who?
His.
I so.
Not.
Well. Flat! We'll break your legs, vagrant! Teach you to help scofflaws and cheats! Bad move. I'll take him from the left.
Mumsy! It's not allowed. That kind of beating feast is over. Circle him! Circle him!
Bad move.
Geralt had to face Eredin, but could only hope to beat him with the help of friends. The Wild Hunt could be defeated with exceptionally powerful magic, so Triss and Yen set out to reconvene the Lodge of Sorceresses. Avallac'h, too, began to lay plans of his own.
You little fart!
Whatever's the problem, kind sirs?
This smut. Rain or shine, it's all right here. And now we know why.
So, Frick!
I'll leave it.
Just.
His.
I so.
Not.
Well. Bad move. We'll break your legs, vagrant! Teach you to help
Circle him!
Now from the gate!
Did I get a piece of you, Grey Groin?
You'll never learn.
You're not a complete fan.
Lads, charge! Take him for a ride!
Stay together! At least try to! Like Lepiota sentence.
Time to end this.
I'll take him from the left. Bad move.
What's the meaning of this? The brawl? Who started it?
I'm investigating the beast on the Duchess's orders.
Ah, yes. We've heard of you. And these men, what are they doing?
Obstructing my investigation.
Understood. Right. A few days in the clink ought to teach them not to impede official duchy business. Come on.
You're very good with your fists, sir. Wouldn't be looking for work, would you? We'd make a fine duo.
Yeah? How you imagine that working?
Splendidly. That's how. I suggest a partnership, where I see to the boots while you stand guard. And as you're the stronger, come morn you take the chamber pot out and help me make mud.
Bit about the mud's true? They were right to want to box your ears.
I've got to make a living somehow, so what say you, sir? Partners?
Let me think about it. Listen, I'm interested in a certain gentleman.
Wait, wait! Before we get to talking, please, take a seat.
But my boots are clean.
In this city, no boots are clean unless they just come off my stand. A seat, sir, please. So then, who was it you wanted to ask about?
One of your patrons. Tall, elegant black frock. Not from around here.
An arrival? Indeed. I hear a faint bell ringing. A modest sum might make it sing out loud and clear.
How much?
Let's say 500 crowns.
What? Gotta be kidding me. What would you even do with that kind of coin?
Expand my venture. I'm sure you can imagine. Have a proper stand with a big sign. I want a new box too. New polishes, new brushes. And if I've enough coin left, I'll buy a share in a launderer's. Get wastewater for free.
Got it all planned out.
I should think so. Capital is all I require.
All right. Let's see if we can't figure something out.
That's not even worth the spit I'd need to use to discuss it. Out of the question. Quite simply, no.
Geralt had to face Eredin, but could only hope to beat him with the help of friends. The Wild Hunt could be defeated with exceptionally powerful magic, so Triss and Yen set out to reconvene the Lodge of Sorceresses. Avallac'h, too, began to lay plans of his own.
What's the mean?
I'm in. Nothing really. Had a little misunderstanding. Figured it out, though.
Uh-huh. I see. As the Duchess's protege, you may go. But this lot, that's another matter. You'll come with us. Some time in a cell ought to scare the dimwits out of you. Come on.
You're very good with your...
Yeah?
Splendidly. And as you're...
Bit about them.
I've got to make... So...
Let me think. Listen.
Wait!
But my...
And this... So...
One of you...
Let's...
What? All right.
That's not even worth the spit I... It's not quite... I don't know... Ah, see? I knew we'd clinch it.
Just one problem. Don't have the coin. See if I can't get some, then come back.
I shall patiently await your return.
Help a poor fellow out.
The covetous shall be cast into the mold.
See you later.
Oh, yes, you seek something.
Have you heard? Some new ringers over at the bells.
Well, tell me...
Here, your coin. Put it to good use.
1,000 thanks. I shan't forget it. Now to the matter at hand. I know the fellow you seek, though I don't know his name. A steady patron, gets his boots cleaned every few days. He's very good to me. Always pays me a premium.
Know where I might find him?
No, but you could wait here. Perhaps he'll stop by.
Don't have the time for that. Sure you don't know where to find him? Or maybe notice which direction he came from?
When I clean boots, sir, I do not look up to see where folk come from. I clean.
It seems you're having a rough go of it.
Oh, you're here. Feeling better?
I am, thank you. The local necropolis. The air does wonders for me. Now, if I might intercede, I dare say I've the right question to ask. Young man, you see this vial? One drop added to your boot polish will help you wipe even the most encrusted boot clean as the dome of St. Lebioda's Cathedral. With it, you will serve 3 times as many patrons at a fraction of the effort, and piles more coin. I'm prepared to give you this vial if you tell me where the man we seek lives.
But you won't hurt him, will you? The gentleman's art, true, but he's kind.
In point of fact, he's a friend. Yet we had a falling out of sorts and would like to straighten matters out.
I leave his boots at the door of a house near the port. The door is red, but I do not know if the gentleman lives there.
Worth checking. Might happen on a lead.
Would you let me scrape the dirt off your kickers before you go? With all due respect, sirs, your boots could stand a cleaning.
Thank you. Perhaps later.
Handled that kid pretty well.
Finding the right approach. That's the trick to dealing with children.
Yeah, saw that. Meaning, the right thing to bribe them with. Red door. One the bootblack mentioned. won't budge. Gotta break it down.
You might just as well stand out in the street, pound on a drum and holler, "Dettlaff, I'm coming for you." A bit more finesse, I implore you.
Let's hear your idea.
Give me a moment.
Nice. Ever consider becoming a burglar? Skill like that'd come in awful handy.
I considered it briefly, but ultimately concluded it would be terribly dull. Come.
He here? Sense him.
No, he's not here, but he was here recently. His scent is still strong.
Let's look around.